All right, Blue Collar Millionaires, we're back. And I'm excited about this podcast because this is something that's really been taken off with me and Kevin on our Blue Collar Millionaire brand.
We're talking about things you can do like creative to help your company get business by creating your own events.
People buy from who they like, know, and trust. I feel like if you thought of this and you said, if my competition was doing this, would I be nervous about it at night, going to sleep? The answer would be yeah, I would.
So you can create whatever you want out of this.
And in the next 30 days, I am going to have me a hiring party, and I'm going to have a massive opportunity, and then I am going to pluck the ones that I think are going to be rock stars, and I'll have a massive pipeline.
America's backbone was built on blue-collar business grit, grind, and muscle. This is where you stop working for the business, and the business starts working for you.
All right, Blue Collar Millionaires, we're back. And I'm excited about this podcast because this is something that's really been taken off with me and Kevin on our Blue Collar Millionaire brand. And then we were just talking about how it really crosses over into almost anything that you want to do. So Kevin, what were we just talking about? I don't want to spoil it.
We're talking about things you can do like creative to help your company get business by creating your own events. So not like what Chris and I are doing Blue Collar Millionaire dinner, but we'll get to that because that works too. But last night, I have a roofing business in Cleveland. I have a partner up there, a great guy. And he found like 20 something people he wanted to do business with. Mm-hmm. So not somebody who owns a home like might need shingles. Somebody might have $100 million of real estate.
Right.
Or somebody who's flipping 100 homes a year.
Right.
They need roofs. Right. So he reaches out to them. It's not at one time. He's already been reaching out, Facebook and everything. And he says, hey, I'm doing this dinner. My roofing company's sponsoring it. Me and my partner are taking care of it. He names a restaurant, which is an iconic restaurant. It's got to be a name.
High end, yeah.
It's got to be high end. So I was there, and I'm building a relationship. I'm not working the room. I'm just talking to people.
Right.
Right? And then I meet all these cool guys. And then he already knows them a little bit, just kind of messaged their first time doing it. And then they're telling us what we're doing. We're not like, hey, guys, we're going to do your roofs. We're just talking. But organically, you're there for 4 hours.
Right.
There's drinks going. We got bottles of wine and everything. Mm-hmm. And we just elevated our brand. The reason I like doing that is because how many roofing companies are doing that? None. Right? So I want to do everything different. That's a steal to do. I used to do stuff like that on a lower thing. You know, you get at a barbecue place or something like that. It doesn't have to be for clients. It could be for prospective employees. Mm-hmm. Where you bring your employees there, you tell them, bring your girlfriend, bring your best friend, and then you bring people who potentially might want to work there, and they get around that environment. I'm going to do it with Daniel Gainey with the chimney thing.
Yes.
We found this really cool barbecue place. I'm going to rent the whole thing out. We're going to bring people. They're going to all be there. They're going to see all his guys who are killing it.
Yeah.
It's like, it's free marketing. But who doesn't want to come to a free place? Go have beers, do whatever you want. Right. But you can make it whatever level you want. And all it does is create the law of reciprocity. Yeah. People they're like, wow, he did this. I want to do this, you know? And then you make friends too.
It's all about relationships.
So when I did that yesterday, of course we know some roofs are going to come in. They're already going to come. But you're also just building relationships. We're doing this long-term thing. Mm-hmm. We're not getting out of business around Halloween. So
that's right.
If you're doing this for 10 years, you're going to build this thing. Why wouldn't you want pillars in the community, people who have influence to be around you?
I like what you said, though. You said you're not working the room. The reality is the room is working itself.
Yeah.
You're over there having conversation, getting to know each other, and people buy from who they like, know, and trust. And I always like to think, because I do a lot of networking as well, but I love this idea. Like as you're telling me, I'm sitting here thinking of how I can implement this in a couple of businesses. And I love the fact that it really is a strategy. It's a hack for if you need employees, if you need to build affiliate partners, if you need to have actual customers that have big opportunity of spending with you. There's so many different ways to use it. But when you're in those rooms, people love to have an experience. Like that's one of the motivators in people's lives is an experience. This is why we go on vacations with our family, or if you're single, with your friends. This is why people go and travel. This is why you go out to dinner instead of eating at the house. Those experiences. So there's two things that you've cultivated at that dinner the other night and that all these other dinners that have been happening. you're cultivating an experience and opportunity. Because when you're in an environment with other individuals that are pushing to be their best self every single day, opportunity automatically happens. So the fact that this is a hack that nobody else is doing makes it a very unique hack when you start doing it.
Yeah.
I feel like if you thought of this and you said, if my competition was doing this, would I be nervous about it at night going to sleep? The answer would be yeah, I would.
There's nothing new to this. This is what white collar companies with tons of money, they take people golfing, they're taking them out to get drinks in New York City. They're building relationships. They're not in there selling. Nobody wants to be on the, I don't play golf, but if you're on the third hole and somebody's like, let me talk to you about this investment. Like,
Yeah.
They're never going to go. But if the person, now you know, like, and trust them. Now you go another time. Then you say, hey, I don't know if you're interested in this, but here's this opportunity coming. You're going to listen to it.
Yeah.
Right?
And you don't even pitch them. The reality is people
That's
say,
right.
what do you got going on, man? Tell me what you got going on.
It's just
And then you just start telling them what you got going on without asking, are you interested?
So we do blue collar millionaire dinners. We do them in Atlanta. We did 2, right? So we had one, we had like 25, last one had like 32. We usually cap it no more than 30. But what I've been doing is these mini dinners, bring 3 or 4 people that I think can help each other potentially, or just do it. And then I go pay for it.
Yeah.
Right? So I go out and it's a nice place. We sit there and then there's just opportunities flow. Nobody's doing anything. You're just finding out about people's background, their families, and you start connecting. But there was one person there and she does fractional CFO work.
Yeah.
And she knows of companies that want to sell,
Yep.
that are in the blue collar space.
Yep.
And like, it's win-win for everything. She can help them. I can potentially, we have this whole
Connecting the dots.
community. If I don't want it, we got a whole community of people
Right.
who are always asking about it. So you could create whatever you want out of this. So I'm always looking at, if you're a roofer and you find out these guys are doing this and you're sending out flyers and stuff, like, you're dead in the water.
We all think it's really money driven, and that is not the driving component. It's a factor, but it is not the driving component.
You always talk about your barber.
Yeah. It doesn't matter how
Doesn't
bad he
matter,
messes up. If he
You're going to give him the
forgets,
opportunity.
yeah, I'm not going to fire him. It's a breakup. I don't enjoy that. And he's never done that bad of a job to where I would let him go. So it is hard to let go of a relationship. This is why people stay in physical, love relationships longer than what they should, because it is harder to let go.
It's hard to let go. It's hard to have that conversation. But this can help you in so many ways too. If you're doing things, not a pizza party, but something of value, like to your employees, or doing things. I was telling you, I used to do this big soccer thing, rent out this whole indoor thing, and then it would be 2 of the different countries that had a lot of employees from play each other. And then I would tell them, invite your friends.
Yeah.
And I would tell them, you can bring 2 ringers, you can bring 2 ringers that aren't working for me. And then I'd go out there, we get food, do this big thing. And man, I used to get so many employees off that. Because they're comparing me now.
Yeah.
And they're like, wait, this guy, what is this?
They're like, where do you work? Who do you
doing
work for?
gutters with this guy?
Yeah.
Like, why is he doing all this? And they're thinking about their boss, who they asked for $40 extra a week, and he didn't even answer them. And now they're like, this guy's having
I think it's brilliant. Just imagine if you sat there and you did a hiring party like that. Instead of going on LinkedIn or Facebook Marketplace or whatever you do to find your employees, that your ad, instead of hiring and you put all the criteria, is you say hiring party, all inclusive, like they're going to a resort. And then you tell your current employees and you tell everybody that say, hey, we're doing a hiring party. Anybody you think that might be possibly looking for a job, there's no way you're not going to fill your pipeline. You get to sit there and go around and meet everyone. They're immediately going to want to come and work for you, because there is no other company out there that is creating a party over the hiring experience.
So I'll kind of pitch one I'm going to do, because I'm going to do it to a blue collar millionaire community. But anybody who's in Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, I'm getting involved with somebody you know very well in a business. And we're going to rent out a whole restaurant, come out there, have barbecue, have beers, have drink. And you're going to meet people who are already doing it, who are killing it, who are making a ton of money. sales guys and techs, and we want people to come out there. We just want to show people the opportunity. The cost is zero.
Yeah.
I got a guy coming down from Macon 2.5 hours. I got a guy from Kansas wants to fly in because he went to Atlanta. He says, I moved there for opportunity. We're going to have all these people in there, and then you get to see it. And if you're flying in, you can come in early and we'll show you the facilities and all kinds of other stuff. So like, that's totally different than when we put an ad on Indeed. And you say, well, who the hell has money to do that? It's just not that expensive.
This
is not.
I think it's a brilliant idea. I love it.
And it's fun.
I hope
fun.
someone takes this. I'm going to use this on my hiring process. And then in the next 30 days, I am going to have me a hiring party, and I'm going to have a massive opportunity. And then I am going to pluck the ones that I think are going to be rock stars, and I'll have a massive pipeline.
And you're creating your own environment and your own friends.
Yeah.
You know, that's a real thing. We all want to just talk about business. And when you're around people who don't want to talk, they're bored by us.
Right.
Get around people who want to do it.
That's right.
Have fun. And then opportunities will come galore. It comes so fast.
I love it.
You'll have to shoot them down.
I love it. Blue Collar Millionaires. Check us out, bluecollarmillionaire.net. This is where you find our Boardroom Elite opportunity. We meet with a bunch of other entrepreneurs every single week, and we talk about how we all are scaling together, what's working for us, what's not working for us, and we get each other past those roadblocks. Also, this is where you're going to learn where the next Blue Collar Millionaire dinner is as we go to different cities to sit down with other entrepreneurs over dinner, over drinks, and really get to know each other. Appreciate you tuning in.